Hi. Just wondering if you're still a bit on a cloud after that win in Wimbledon.
I think now a few weeks already are gone, and I had time to get off to realize what I achieved in Wimbledon, and it was something really special for me to winning Wimbledon and my third Grand Slam, and I took my time off to really realize all of this, and right now I start practicing again, and I had great few days of hard practice, and just arrived here. So I'm happy to being back here in Montreal and start the hard court season now.
How does the time compare to maybe the time after you won the Australian or won the US Open? How was it different?
I think, of course, Wimbledon is something completely different and special, because it was always my biggest dream to win one day this tournament. And I think that I learned a lot from the last two Grand Slams, that I took a little bit more time off for myself and really did nothing, and just realized in my head that I really won my third Grand Slam. So this was a little bit different than to the first two Grand Slams that I made.
Is it a little bit of a relief that you won't have to face Serena as early as the second round? I know you have to be ready to face anybody, but still.
For me here, it's just the first tournament on hard again, and I'm just trying to play a lot of matches as possible before going then to the last Grand Slam, before going to New York, and it's a tough tournament. Everybody is playing here, and for me it's important to trying to playing consistent and trying to take the level that I played the last few months to here.
Angelique, how important is it for you to please your fan around the WTA tour during the season, not especially in Germany, but everywhere around the world?
The fans?
Yeah.
It is really special, because everywhere I'm going, the fans are there, especially also here when I practiced this morning. A lot of fans are coming, watching us playing and practicing, which is always a little bit different than the games. And to have, a lot of fans around the world, they are supporting you and they are behind you. It's of course, it's really important for a player, because you have always up and downs, and you know that the fans are always there.
Is it more difficult to focus on your game when you're playing in your country, or it's more stressful?
It is, of course, more pressure when you are playing in your own country. You are at home, your friends and families are there, and you really want to show them how good you can play. And so the pressure is, of course, a little bit higher, but also in the other tournaments. I mean, the fans are coming to watching us. They are coming to seeing good tennis. And this is for what we are practicing to playing our best in front of our fans.
Hi, Angelique. I want to take you back to that Wimbledon final again, that it was delayed because of the men's semifinal that lasted a long time. It made a lot of noise on social media, because a lot of people were outraged that they would move such an important match on the women's side, people saying it would never happen on the men's side. What was your take on it? It didn't affect your performance, obviously, because you won that match, but were you kind of disappointed when you thought about it?
Actually, no, because this was the only way for them to continue the match, and also because they had the final on Sunday. So for me, I just took it like it is, and I was just doing the same things that I did for the other matches, and I knew that we will have a little bit delayed, but I was not thinking or not taking care of the intention of that it is delayed or no. It is just the final, and I was trying to preparing for the match. Doesn't matter what time I walk on court.
Were there other times maybe in your career that you have experienced some maybe stuff that was a little bit unfair because you were a woman? Does it come to your mind that, no?
No, no, actually no.
You played well last time you were in Montreal. Is there anything specific you like about the courts or the city?
You know, I really like this tournament a lot. I played very good in the last years, have good memories, and I like that we are staying close to the city, so even if we have a little bit time, we can walk to the city, going shopping a little bit of, this is always nice. And yeah, going for a nice restaurant, I think this is also important when you came here, because you have a lot of nice places.
You started playing very well again from really the first week of the season, but was there a moment where maybe it kind of clicked in your mind that you were back to your best or maybe even better than you'd been playing in 2016? How do you kind of compare the two parts of your
I think it is the whole years. This is a process for me. I think this is my own story also with 2017. I think I learned a lot from last year, from 2016, and to being a player like I am right now, I couldn't be without the last 2 years and the last 5-6 years. So, you know, I think that when this year starts, I knew 2017 is over, and I really can start from new and making completely a little bit a new beginning in my mind that that we start with 2018 in Australia. So that was actually the moment where I knew it's a completely new year.
What kind of memories and what's your favorite places in Montreal?
Here, I like a lot of restaurants close to the city, going there to walk also. I have no idea how the name of the places, but you can also rent like some bikes, going with the bike a little bit. So riding the bike, I did it 2 years ago, I remember. So that was quite fun because you saw a lot of, I think that's a river or it's a lake or, so yeah. So I remember that, and that was really nice there.
in the past with other players, Wim looks like he really likes using the SAP stats. Did you focus a lot on them before? I know you'd used them a bit with Torben, but is there a different focus? Are you looking at different numbers? Is there a greater interest in them now? What do you make of that?
Yeah, I'm using this a lot right now, especially with Wim. We are both also very close to SAP, so we are using it a lot, and especially he is using it. And we are talking, we are seeing the stats also about our opponents. So it is, I think, a big thing for us, or like for all the players and coaches to have it, because that gives you much more like confidence when you really see what's happened on court, when you can really speak about your last match, or if you are like getting ready for your next match, seeing few things. It's like just the details which makes a huge success then at the end.
Is there anything specific about Wim? I mean, obviously you won slams before working with him, but he's had a lot of success with a lot of players, and since working with him, you've been playing well. Is there anything specific about him as a coach that you've enjoyed through your relationship?
I think he is really straight, and I think I think it's just 6 months that we are working together, and it works from the beginning. And this is which it's really important also for me, to have a trust to my coach and to know how he see me, like my game. And we both know where we want to go. We have goals, and when we stepped on court, we know that we always want to improving my tennis, and it's good, it works, and I'm looking forward for the next months.
Thank you.